Hey, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing today? My name is Ant from Next Level. Got my partner here.
What's going on, y'all? It's Jay. We setting it off today talking about motivation, we're talking about mindset, and we're gonna talk about vision. We're gonna talk about these three topics that are gonna pretty much help you succeed in all your businesses.
So I'm gonna start it off. Like when we first got here, I remember we came to this shop, this location, and it was all rocks and dirt. And I had Josué and a couple other friends. We all came just to look at it and see what we thought about it. And I was like, first thing I said was, this is gonna be way too much money. This looks like dirt. Like it's a bad neighborhood. Like I don't even want to do this. And then I remember just almost backing out of it. And I even told Josué, I told him, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. He told me, don't come back later telling me, hey, I want to be a part of it. You're either gonna really trust the vision right now because this is gonna be a good spot, or you don't do it. And honestly, like if I didn't have somebody to push me to even tell me that, if he didn't tell me that, I would have said no to this, and this wouldn't even be a reality for me. And reality is that's why a team is good, because if somebody else doesn't push you for something that you don't see, maybe the other person might have the vision, you might have the work ethic, but if he didn't push me and even tell me to do it, and I just came over here by myself, this wouldn't even be a reality for me. So if you're a business owner, you're somebody that looks into getting a car business started, and you think you're gonna look at locations by yourself, and you think your vision or what you think is right is gonna work, I think you gotta do that with actually a few people, not just your friends, people that actually have vision, work ethic, and are actually moving forward in life. So.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that Ant did say something that really stood out for me was the fact that there is no I in team. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan didn't win those championships by himself. It was a team effort. So I would consider myself the Michael Jordan of my team.
I'm definitely not Dennis Rodman. I'll tell you that.
Just. All right, so yeah, back to it. The vision really came out at the fact that we had another location back in 2016 and 17 before I got incarcerated for 6 years. The other location was a 20,000 square feet location, much bigger. It was a body shop and a dealership. Unfortunately, during that time that I was incarcerated, they ended up pretty much losing the spot, and it really, really broke my heart because, I put a lot of time and effort into that location. But at the end of the day, I just kept praying every day to God and asking him to make sure when I get out, he puts me in a good situation to get a better location. So I felt like with God, he definitely guided me to this spot. I was driving around looking at locations, and I felt like this spot really called it out. You know what I mean? Like I really felt like this was the spot. Even though no one saw the vision, I saw what it potentially could have been. The location might not be the greatest. It's a good location, like 2-3 blocks away. You got Prestige, you got like high-end car dealerships. We're not on the same road, but we're still close. And I was like, look, it's an upcoming neighborhood. Let's see what's going on. And I pretty much mapped it out. We had the funds. So as long as you got the money, you can make it happen. You know what I mean? If you got good partners and everybody plays their position and plays their roles, I feel like you could succeed in anything, not just building a foundation of anything. You know what I mean? Like anything that you want to do in life requires you to have a good team. And if you look at all the billion-dollar, trillion-dollar corporations, they all have a team. You know what I mean? You have CEOs, COOs, CFOs. You have the structure of a business. You got district managers. You got whatever it is. In our business, I feel like everybody plays a good role. Everybody's somewhat organized in their aspect. I mean, I could tell you one thing. Anthony's better than me in other things. Maybe I'm better than him in other things. You know what I mean? But together, we're good as a team. And it's just not me and Anthony. We got Ricky. We got Tony, his dad. His dad has been in the industry for 40 years selling cars. So when it comes with financing, I learned a lot from his dad. You know what I mean? So his dad had really showed me the fundamentals of finance. And I've learned coming out of prison more things that I've already learned in prison, reading 2,000 books in those 6 years. Yeah, I studied a little bit, but there's nothing like actually hands-on knowledge. I mean, you could read a book, but not really know what they're talking about until you're hands-on. So, I mean, I learned, a lot about financing with his dad, when I came out, I learned about rentals from Ricky. Ricky took over the rentals when I got incarcerated, and he did an amazing job, and he moved forward with it, and he kept pushing, and now he's doing this really great with the rentals with us. Anthony, me and him were incarcerated, and I felt like we kind of like both been in bad situations, but we learned how to make a bad situation become a good situation at the end. And we felt like we came out, and I felt like we both had that energy that we wanted to win. So I wanted everybody to be part of it. Either you have the money or you don't have the money. Whatever the situation was, everybody plays a good essential role in our team. So I feel like part of, me having the vision and making this happen, I couldn't have done it without the team. I couldn't have done it with them because it's not only financially, but it's also knowing the fact that we could prosper in multiple businesses. Next Level Motors isn't just selling cars. It's Anthony handles the funding, all the credit repairs, and he has his team that they're doing about $1 million, $2 million a month in funding. And, I'm very proud because, it's something that, I felt like me and Anthony really worked on together and made sure that happened for him, And for me, I'm an all-around team player. I can make plays in every aspect. His dad handles the financing. He's the finance manager. He also is the owner of Next Level Motors. When it comes to selling cars and everything, he taught us a lot. So we know how to buy cars right. We know how to sell them right. We know how to make money on the back end and the front end. And that's for another day. But so I feel like our team is good. Ricky handles the rentals. He has all the rental clients. And we're constantly getting new cars every day. Right now, we're like at 40-something cars. And, we started with one car just less than 12 months ago. You know what I mean? So, we're in a good place. And I feel like being, I'm not trying to do this to motivate anybody. I'm just doing this so we can help people build the team together with us and see the vision we see. Like, there's a lot of people that don't see our vision, and they're kind of tunnel vision on their own stuff. So we always try to help people navigate them. And sometimes I'm not always right. I'm not 100% always right, but I feel like, I see the vision and I can help people, accomplish their dreams just by, knowing that I'm a playmaker and I can make it happen. So.
No, definitely touched up on a lot there. And I'll say one of the biggest things too as well with teamwork is like the communication and really putting your ego aside. A lot of teams don't work out because people are competing. It's good to compete with your team because it makes you stronger, but when you're competing where you just want to be better or you hope the other person doesn't do good, that's never a good thing. There shouldn't be no jealousy inside the team. Those are things that actually dismantle a team. So when you can communicate, put your ego aside, and work with others well and understand your role, that's how you actually scale a business, because you cannot scale a business by yourself. You can't think you're going to turn a business. You're going to stay at a $100,000 business, but if you really want to make it a multi-million, billion-dollar business, you got to put people in position, and you got to trust them, and there cannot be no jealousy. And if you feel a certain type of way about anything, you got to be open to communicate. And, and I'm the type of person, you could tell me a lot of things. Well, unless probably you're my dad. You're my dad, you can't tell me nothing. But you could tell me anything, and honestly, I could take it in and actually look at, try to adjust myself, try to fix it. But one of the biggest things that I think has helped me out, which I try to tell a lot of people, has been my mindset. Because when, not too long ago, when I came out, I was kind of lost. I didn't know what I was going to do with life. And I won't say that I was lost. I really just focused on myself, on just my work ethic, working out, staying focused, and not being around people that didn't have the same goals or mindset that I had. And I saw that actually play a big role right now into just where I'm at, because everything that I have and what I've attracted has all been because of the person I've become, the mindset that I've made myself have. So I tell people with relationships, friendships, business partners, anything, you need to attract it. If you're looking for money, if you're looking for a girlfriend, if you're looking for a business partner, you're never gonna find it. But when you move a certain type of way and you're structured a certain type of way, everything that's supposed to be yours ends up gravitating to you, and you end up attracting it all. Nothing you could attain is ever gonna be something that you're looking for. The only thing you could control is yourself, your actions, your thoughts. But when you start trying to control others, either people in your life or situations, those things are out of your control. You have no control of it. And when you understand that, that's when your life actually gets better. I mean, I won't say your life, but my life did. And I can say I'm very happy, proud of, very proud and grateful to be a part of Next Level with Josué, my dad, Ricky. Also very grateful to have Christopher, Dimitri, and Alex as part of my team as well. I'm grateful for all these guys because they all play a big role in my life. And I think we all play our own roles in our positions. And that's why we're excelling in so many different areas when it comes to business. And we're excelling in personal life when it comes to going to the gym, family, friendships. I don't get in too many arguments with people anymore. And that's really because I've separated myself from people that are gonna be argumentative or people that I don't got time to argue. If you got time to argue with me about something that doesn't make any sense, that's not gonna bring any value to my life, like I learned to cut you out. And I can love you from a distance. That's something we've spoken a lot about. There's certain people I love that I gotta love from a distance, and sometimes they may look at it like I changed up or I don't care, which is not the case. I do care about a lot of people, but I don't hang around a lot of people because I really don't have time. I wanna enjoy this life. And the reality is that I'm enjoying it right now on my team because we're building something that's gonna be lasting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. Even more, hopefully, thank to God. But this is only possible with the people I've surrounded myself with. I could not have done this with a bad mindset. I could not have done this by myself. And I could not have done this if my people, not just me, did not have vision. This guy right here is a visionary. So he's put a lot of things in play, but we've all attracted and played our roles with it, so.
No, I mean, that's definitely what he just said. One thing that I'm gonna talk about, that I wanted to talk about, is pretty much being militant. And I know I've said this in other podcasts, but if you're not organized and you don't have a structure in your life, you're never gonna succeed. There's no way you could see anything, any type of vision, anything in the future if you're not organized. Me personally, I work on my calendar. Like we have team members like Mindy. She handles all of the next level of dealership stuff. She's like the finance manager. We have Nikki and Manny both handle all of the rentals. They also handle the sales, the cars. It's like a all one-stop shop. I mean, we have a great team. Carlos is also another. He's our man. You know what I mean? He's pretty much the guy that's making this all happen. When it comes to social media and it comes with recording, Carlos without him, none of this would have happened. You know what I mean? So what we're trying to do is that we're just trying to build a strong team. And right now we have all bosses. At the end of the day, I don't see Carlos different than anybody else. He's a boss just like me, just like everybody else. So if you're a type of person that you feel like you need to be the boss and you don't want no one else to be a boss, then you're not a team player. You got to change your mindset. If you can't be a team player and you can't look at everybody as equals, then I'm sorry to tell you that you will never be able to be a team player and ever to succeed. I mean, can you succeed? Yeah, to a certain extent. You might get lucky. You might hit the lotto and make some money. But if you're really trying to make real money where you coming out the mud, then yeah, you got to look at everybody as equals. Everybody as bosses. For you to be a boss, you want to make other people bosses. You know what I mean? So if you can't see yourself making other people bosses just like you, then I feel like being a team member is really not going to ever work for you. I mean, me personally, before I went to prison, I was about 275 pounds. And you're probably like, why is this guy talking about his weight? Well, I'm going to tell you why. I was 275 pounds before I went to prison. Prison made me basically become very militant, very organized. I had a schedule. I set times, dates for everything. So I had a time and date that I had to work out, and I fulfilled it 100%. I'm the same way now. I wake up in the morning, I handle my business, I work out twice a day. If I don't work out twice a day, I work out once a day for like 3 hours, cardio, abs, weight training. I do all that every day, Monday through Friday. And this is part of my schedule. If I don't do this, I get sick. And that's just my mentality. Like, I need to do it. I need to fulfill it. You need to be able to fulfill what you say. If you say you're going to paint the building blue, I'm going to paint it blue. I'm not going to paint it green, yellow, no. So you have to also be a man of your word or a woman of your word, or whoever it is that whoever's listening to this, you have to be a person that if you say you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it to the best that you can. And that's part of having a strong mindset. You have to organize yourself, you have to structure yourself, and you have to be an honest person, and you can't deviate people from what you're saying. So like one of the things that me and Ant, we always have conversations about is, damn, if we're gonna tell somebody that we're gonna do something, we have to do it. Even if I have to come out of pocket, well, guess what? I gotta come out of pocket. You know what I mean? Because I gave you my word. And my word is my bond, and that's really what it is. But back to what I was talking about, before I went to prison, I weighed 275 pounds. Went to prison, I came out of prison at 190. I lost like almost about like 80 pounds, and it took me a lot of time. It took me a lot of dedication. So dedication and having to know that you have to do something every day. When I came out of prison, I was just so organized, and I was already organized in prison. So that's why I was able to build successful businesses in prison, and not a lot of people could say that they built a multi-million-dollar business from prison. I did that, and I'm currently still building more businesses, and I haven't even been out more than a year, and it's all because of the fact that I'm very organized, very structured, and I'm very militant. So I know that I say this every time in all the podcasts, militant. And I feel like without you being militant and being organized and being structured, you're never gonna get nowhere in life. You might get lucky, because people get lucky. You know how many people we know got lucky and probably, they hit a nice little lick and made $2-3 million. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? But how long is that gonna last? How is, you could make money, but how many people made millions of dollars and went broke? The whole point of being a real hustler is knowing the fact that you could make millions and something could happen and you could get right back up. And my life has always been like that. I've been up, go down, I get right back up. And it's like a fight.
What would you say to somebody who really lacks vision, but maybe a vision's not a strong point, but they want to start a business? What would you say?
Look, vision isn't given to everybody. That's like me telling you, you're meant to be a fucking football player, or you're meant to be a basketball star. Like, that's not something that's given, something that within you, that's what you specialize in. So what you do, like a person like that isn't a visionary, doesn't really see the future, and is just, he's more of a hands-on person, you latch yourself to someone that is a visionary. Like me, I'm more of a person that I could kind of read people and put them all into play together. Like I see your best traits and your worst traits. So I know with all my friends and all my, all of our friends that I have is from elementary, middle school, high school. Like me and Ant, we know each other since middle school. I got friends since I was 5 years old, still my friends that we still talk to almost every day, and it's all because I could understand the fact that people aren't perfect. Everybody has flaws. You got your flaws, I got my flaws, but I respect your flaws and I work with your flaws because you're my friend. It's like a marriage. You know what I mean? Like, your wife is not gonna ever be perfect. One day you might wake up and be like, damn, she got this long ass hair in the back of her neck, and be like, but at the end of the day, you could work with it because you could just cut off the little hair, but you gotta know how to work with it.
But what you gonna do? I wanna know what you gonna do if you catch him with the black forces on.
Oh no.
He got the black forces on, guys.
You gotta run away. But yeah, man. Back to what we were saying though, like, there isn't a lot of people in in groups that are visionaries, and you got to latch yourself into. Like, I'm not a person that, I might not be perfect, but I have my flaws, so I try to latch myself around people that are willing to work and make it happen, and that's where teamwork comes. Like, as long as you're able to listen and want to listen and want to learn, because without you opening up your mind and really like learning from other people, you're always gonna feel like you know the best and you know everything. So those are the type of people I try to stay away. When you try to give them an advice and they're like, oh no, but this and that, and they always rebuttal you and they feel like they know the best, I feel like, okay, cool. You continue doing where you're at. You're at where you're at because that's where you're at. You're gonna listen to me and you're gonna succeed because I'm more successful than you. Like, even with your pops, like your pops is an older dude and he knows I'm gonna listen to him. I'm gonna stay quiet and learn from him. I'm not gonna feel like I know more than your pops because, that wouldn't make no sense. He has more knowledge. He's older than us. So
We could all learn something off of somebody, even if they're not successful or not. We could always learn something just by listening to people and their perspectives.
I mean, we know a lot of people that we were talking about, you know, that in our group, that sometimes they feel like they know everything. So you got to let them fall. When they fall, they come right back up and tell you, you know what, you're right. You know, and sometimes you got to let them do it. Sometimes you got to let them crash and come back up and be like, yo, you were right, you know? But for us, your mindset has to be open-minded, listen to people, because you could always learn something from somebody, because someone has made a mistake and you could probably learn from their mistake.
Yeah, and the reality is, like, even if let's say you don't got a team or nothing like that, and you're just looking to see what you want to do, you got to put the work in every day. Even if, let's say, you lost money, or you're not making money, or you got family issues, what are you doing that you could control? You got to get up, go to the gym, clean your house, work out, do something that you could go ahead and you could see progression in yourself. If you don't progress with yourself, you won't progress with nothing else. For me, all my days are gonna be good. I don't got bad days. I think I got bad moments, and but I usually fight it off pretty good. But even at those moments, I try to see how I can offset it. What can I do right now that's gonna be productive? I don't want to sit around my day goes bad. I don't sit around and watch TV, which TV is not bad, but I'm like, what can I do now? Do I run? Do I work out? Do I look at a client? Do I call a client, see how I can help them? Like, I want to constantly keep moving forward. I don't like to feel stagnant.
And it's good that you said that, because we were talking about this the other day. We were talking about sometimes, you can have a bad day. So everybody has a bad day, and sometimes you got to surround yourself with the right people. Like, every time I have a bad day, I know the friends that I got to go around with are going to bring me positivity, positive things. They're not just going to tell me, oh, well, you're fucked, you lost money. Oh, well, too bad, figure it out. No, I want to be around positive people. So in your life, you also got to remember that, it's all about who you hang around with, who you associate. If you associate yourself with a bunch of broke niggas, then you're going to be a broke nigga. That's just the reality. And like I said, I know a lot of people that get lucky and they hit and they make 10, 20, $30 million because they got lucky, and, that's what it is. But, if you're a real hustler, and me, in my eyes, to be a real hustler, you got to be able to fall. A hustler is a person that falls and could get right back up. You know how many times I fell and got right back up? And that's just life, and some guys, when they fall, they just can't take it, and they just stay on the ground, So you got to decide what you want to be.
Yeah, it comes with the mindset, and also obviously with God. When you fall, if you get back up, or wherever you're supposed to be at is really where God wants you to be. So
yeah, I mean, and talking about that, I fast for like 2 to 3 days every week. You know what I mean? I pray a lot because it's hard. And I got a couple of my friends to get into the fasting, and it really helps you out, clears out your mind. It really is hard. I could tell you that. Every week is a fight. Every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is a fight. Sometimes I do 2 days, sometimes I do 3 days. But that's another thing that I always recommend people. Like, every week to fast for like 2 days, 3 days straight, just water and coffee or some tea, whatever you want, but no foods at all for 48 hours, 72 hours. And it really helps you mentally, clears you out. You get really close with God. Like, I pray about 2 to 3 times a day when I'm fasting, because it's hard. And it really works for me. I feel like I just get reset. My week resets and I get back into work mode, So that could be another good thing that we were talking about. I know Ant's fast too, and I know it worked for him.
Yeah, it helps, man. I look forward to it, and I don't know, it just keeps me, like I said, and I know I'm like moving forward with it. It's cleaning out my system, and I know for me, I'm giving a sacrifice to God, because I'm not getting tempted by that instant feeding my hunger, feeding my flesh. And I don't want to get too religious here, but for me, that's really what it comes down to me. I say a prayer at the end of the night before I eat my meal, and give thanks to God for even giving me the strength to even get through it without eating any food.
Yeah. And it's crazy, now that we're talking about God, I mean, me, when I was in prison, I read the Bible twice, So it really, like, if you believe in God, then you're gonna believe in the Bible. And the Bible is literally a manual of life, And I felt like, if you really want to succeed in life too, as one of the things I learned is how to be a good person around other people. How to, like, if I see somebody that, is cleaning the floor, just because they clean the floor and they're a janitor, or they're somebody that washes car. Like, I see them as equal as me. I come from a background that, my parents, they didn't have no money. I mean, my parents probably made 30 grand a year combined, and I didn't really have anything. I had one pair of shoes for a whole year. Me and my friends had to borrow each other's clothes when we were younger, and borrow shoes, and we didn't really have money. And I felt like, God really wanted me to go through that so I could really appreciate when he does give me something great. And I felt like he's blessed me a lot. And I feel like, God is really one of the most important things that you guys have to really pray every day. I pray every day, and it really works. I feel like my life in prison changed because I became a Christian. I felt like, I felt like talking to God more. He really guided me the right way. When I was in prison, I asked him for 10 things, and out of all 10 things, he made all 9 things happen. One of the things he didn't do, which, is prison reform. He hasn't done that for the state, but I feel like he's eventually going to do it, But
You can't underestimate prayer. Trust me, I seen prayer work for me as well. I'm a living testimony to it. So
what do you think you learned from, like, being incarcerated and, like, praying and like?
I think just really just praying and just having faith and believing in all my prayers. I got like a script I do when I pray every day. It's the same script over and over and over. And it has to do with thanks, gratitude, looking over certain loved ones, appreciation, and making sure he blesses me and my family, just to be happy, to be in a good position. And just with my certain prayers, I've seen myself get out of certain situations that I didn't think was possible, and it's actually pretty insane. Like, you cannot underestimate prayer, but I'm very consistent with it. I've taught my son to do it. So my son, before I eat, he would tell me, "Papi, make sure you pray." Yeah. So, he got his home prayer. He's actually copying a little bit of the prayer, when it comes down to family. But, I really think that if you guys could take anything out of all of this today, was really that the mindset that God was one of the biggest reasons why we're at where we're at, and appreciation, teamwork, vision, and mindset. It's all a recipe to a happy life. I mean, we're really out here to be happy and succeed and grow and just enjoy every day out here. I don't want to be groggy, mad, upset. So with those 5 steps and the team and the people I keep around me, I'm able to be happy almost every day. I got my moments, I say that, I get bothered, but I'm able to be happy almost every day. So if you're looking to go ahead and get a team, if you're looking to go ahead and grow a business, if you're looking to do anything like that and you're watching this, I suggest you start working on those core things. And I think it'll be a reality, because our mindset has created all of this, it's created wonderful friendships, relationships. And I think I'm not the only one happy. I see my whole team happy. And
no, I definitely agree. I feel like everybody brings their certain niche into the business, and we love to just help people. Like, one of the things we want to do is build a foundation, and help people. Help the kids that right now are on the streets, selling drugs, doing whatever they doing fraud, whatever it is that they doing. We want to help you, and we want to mentor you for free. We're not trying to charge anybody nothing. We're not trying to make money. We already got money, so it's not about making money. It's about building relationships and helping you prosper in your dreams. And I feel like by helping other people prosper, we're going to prosper spiritually, and God's going to give us more. So I see it like I'm investing my time into helping people, and I love to help people. I love to make other people bosses. I'm a type of person that, I want to see people be better than me, because I feel like if I made you better than me, then I did my job. And it's like, kind of, I have a son now. So obviously I want my son to be better than me. I'm not trying to say I'm trying to make other sons, I'm trying to son other people, but all I'm saying is that, you want your seed, your kid, to be better than you in every aspect. And, I feel like with some of my friends, I've been a type of person that I wouldn't say I've been, like a father figure to them or nothing like that, but I would say I've been a good figure to them to help them succeed to whatever they're trying to do. If they're trying to be the best at whatever they are, I always give them good advices. I'm always there for them to coach them. And, I've failed so many times in my lifetime that I know not to fail anymore, and I hate failing now, but I've had to fail numerous times. I've lost millions of dollars in businesses. I've I wouldn't say I've done it all, but I could say that I've gone through a lot of experiences that I can help people, and I just want to help people. You know what I mean? That's just at the end of the day, like why we're doing this. Because can I help myself selling somebody a car, or getting somebody to get funded, or get somebody to rent a car, or fix their car at the body shop? Yeah, I could do all of that and make money. But at the end of the day, it feels better for me to build a relationship with somebody and help them do whatever they want to do, and be a partner with them, and we could all make money. And that's just the reality, what we want to do from this podcast. Like, this podcast isn't to talk about anything else but positivity and how we can help you guys go to the next level. And that's why we call it Next Level.
Yeah, we're going to keep the work ethic going, and we're going to keep pushing forward. And if you got anything negative to say, don't say it to us. No, I'm joking with you. No, but yeah, we're going to keep moving forward, and I think we're just going to keep working hard, and that's all we can do. Yeah, and lead by example.
And before we close up, we want to bring up one big topic was partnership. At the end of the day, I felt like without my partners, I wouldn't be where I'm at, because I feel like one person can't just be a CEO, and that's in my eyes. I feel like I'm surrounded by a bunch of CEOs. I'm surrounded by a bunch of bosses, and I wanna gravitate on that, and I wanna help everybody become the best CEO they could be. Like, we just made Nicky partner for the rentals. He just became a CEO, and we're doing that. Mindy's doing that, with the insurances, with the dealership with us. We're just trying to make everybody bosses, And I know you can't see him, Carlos. He's in the background. He's our cameraman. He's also our digital designer. He's our social media guy. I mean, Carlos himself is a boss. He's, we're trying to help him with Next Level Studios to become a bigger, better, photographer, videographer, social media representative, whatever you want to call it nowadays, but we just want to help everybody. We want to help everybody become a CEO and be a boss, because I feel like that's like the best thing that we're probably going to get from it, from this whole situation, this whole, journey.
Yeah. So we're going to continue to lead by example. I think we touched up on a lot there, and I can't even say it better than Josué said it. Partnerships, everything. I want to be where I'm at. He want to be where he's at. We're all happy with each other. All partnerships don't work out. Some work out for the best, some don't. Best thing I can say also, if you got a partnership and you see it's not working out and you guys are fighting all the time and it's just really is agitating, sometimes it's good to let go. Just like a partner, like a relationship. Sometimes you got to let go.
And everybody's had bad partners. You've had bad partners. I've had bad partners.
Yeah. And sometimes I may have been the bad partner. I may have been the person that wasn't at that job. It might have not been good. I know where I'm at now, but I can't blame others at being a bad partner. Maybe at that moment, I could have been the bad partner.
And it's not that you're a bad partner. It's that the fact that no one's perfect, So it's not that he was a bad partner. It was just that he was not whoever his partner was didn't see the good traits and the bad traits. Because at the end of the day, like, I'm not perfect. I know my flaws. He knows his flaws. And it's all about working around our flaws and making our partnership better. And it's like a relationship, I mean, I've been married, for over a year now. And my wife, she was with me for all 6 years I was in prison. So all 6 years I was down, she would come 8 hours, drive up north to come see me. I was far. I kept getting in trouble, kept getting caught with phones, with drugs. I kept doing bullshit in prison, And every time they transfer me, she'll be there. My family too, my mom and my dad, they didn't miss a visitation. My wife didn't miss a visitation. Doesn't matter how long, how far I was. They were there every weekend. And you gotta understand, they did a lot of sacrificing. And just back to what I was saying is partnership. And my wife has her flaws. I have my flaws, but we work on it every day, because we know that in a partnership, you got to see the good and the bad, and you got to outweigh it. If there's more good than bad, you got to put that time and effort to that person and just overcome that, that flaw, and just make them better. Like in a partnership, me and you.
What'd you
told me there's no perfect woman, right?
Yeah, this, at the end of the day, ain't nothing
No
perfect.
Yeah, no perfect.
We ain't perfect ourselves, but if you really want to be a partner with somebody, is either in relationship or business, you got to work around the flaw. And if there's something, a flaw that you can't really work around, it's better if you just, you know what I mean, just move it to the side and keep it moving. But in reality is, like, our partnership, he's, you know, Ant's like one of my best friends, you know what I mean? I known him since elementary. His sister and my sister were friends, you know, and I can tell you so many times I wanted to kill him, you know what I mean? But I realized that there's more good and bad. And the same way with my other childhood friends, you know, Mohawk, you know, what's up, Mohawk? So, you know, I know him since I was like 5 years old. And you know how many times I fought him. We got in fights, arguments, still love him to death. You know, he's the godfather of my son. I'm the godfather of his son. And it's a relationship. It doesn't matter if it's with a male or female, you got to work it. You know what I mean? Just put that extra work every day and know that, you know, there's good traits in everybody. You know what I mean?
100%. So I hope you guys could take a lot out of that. You know, we just really here to motivate, tell you guys how we did it, and we're more than welcome to go ahead and help anybody who got a vision or wants to learn how to get a vision or wants to learn how to get motivation or even the work ethic. We're here. You can always reach out to us. My Instagram's @trust, @_trust.
JMoguls_Steph. And, you know, right before we cut this off, you know, it's crazy that, you know, we're just talking about relationships and everything. And, you know, besides all of that, like, we're coming from the heart. You know what I mean? None of this is scripted. We're just freestyling this. You know what I mean? So this is something that we're coming off the dome. Ain't nothing. We're not reading nothing. And we're being transparent and, you know, we're being honest with you guys about everything that we've been going through. And you know, we hope that, you know, we can help you, you know, for the young guys from, you know, 17 to 35 that need mentorship, you know, we're here. You know, we're going to charge you for it? No. We want to help you grow. And, you know, to be honest, we don't have that much time. I'm always working. He's always working. Everybody's always working. But, yeah, we could definitely do a date, you know, schedule you in and try to see where your mind is at and where you could play in our team. And even if you can't play in a team, there's always something that you could do to help us, you know, and that's just pretty much it.
All right, guys. Go ahead and follow @Next Level Motors.
All right, guys, so make sure you follow us on Next Level Auto Club Miami on the YouTube as well. So Instagram is also Next Level Auto Club Miami, MIA.
All right, guys. Have a good one. Till next time.